Hey there, it's Kari Munson. I am coming to you tonight to start a new series about a guide to being an introvert and an extrovert's job. It's something that I've been thinking about a lot as we head into summer season, which is a very busy time in my line of work, and where it can be a struggle for someone like me who tends to be more introverted. So I wanted to share some of the tips that I have on that. So my job, my full-time job, I am a lifestyle director for a community. So think of me like Julie from The Love Boat. How's that for dating myself? So I do a lot of programming, a lot of events, a lot of social events for the community that I work for. So my job is very extroverted in nature. Of course, most of the coworkers in my same field at other communities are very extroverted as well. And I'm just not. I'm really not. I do sit toward the middle of that spectrum, but I am definitely far more on the introverted side. So I'm just going to share a little bit about how I manage that. Of course, one of the ways I manage that is with this beautiful little face here, Remy, who always wants to sneak in to say hi to everyone, or take over, one or the other. Anyway, sorry, that's a little bit of my life. So some people think that extroverts are shy. That is sometimes the case, but that is not always the case. Just because we don't speak out a lot necessarily, and we're not necessarily the life of the party, that does not mean that we are shy. What I've learned, though, and in my experience with myself, is the difference between introverts and extroverts tends to have far more to do with energy, where we get our energy from, and how we recharge, and how we communicate. So that's what I'm going to explore in this series just a little bit. So as an introvert, I gain energy and recharge by being alone, or maybe with one or two other people, and definitely with this cute face. So that's how I gain energy. Being with a group of people is exhausting for me. It is very exhausting. So I really need that downtime to be alone, to have that time to decompress, have some silence and some introspective time to quiet my brain and hear myself think. So events and socialization really do take a lot of energy for me, whereas true extroverts tend to gain energy from being in those groups and being surrounded by people and the energy that comes with that. So that's definitely one big difference between introverts and extroverts. So you might be saying, why the heck do you do what I do? Well, there are a lot of reasons that I do what I do, but and this is how I deal with those events and socialization gatherings, is I focus on connection, because connection between individuals is very important to me. And I do gain a lot of energy in that process of that one-on-one connection or very small group connection. So that's what I focus on, even on big events and big programs, is really that one-on-one and niche connections and building connections between people. So that's how I can still gain some energy and really get through all of those big events really well. And that's part of what I love about the job, is gaining those connections and connecting people to each other. So that is what I do in those situations. And then I just know that I need to take time for myself. When I'm at home, I take a lot of quiet time for myself, drink my tea, read my books. Now in our beautiful new garden, I do a lot of gardening, spend a lot of time with my dog, so that I can have that quiet time, quiet my brain, and have that introspective time to recharge my batteries so that I'm ready for the next social event. So that's my first tip there. on how to deal with some social events and those large group situations as an introvert. All right, I will come back to you 2 more times. So this is a 3-part series with some additional tips. Have a great night.